Greetings all, Frog here. Time for the Friday update from the pond for the 14th of July, 2017. We are well over the halfway point of the year now, stretching on into the, what would be next? 3/5? 60%? Yeah, 3/5 of the year is quickly approaching. It's the exact date. You can look it up. I have no idea. I'll figure it out, actually, when I get that far in GeoGuessr, but we're not there yet. Okay, so what do we have for the update? A couple of things. We're going to talk about the schedule for sure, but one thing that's very exciting, I have been approved to drive for Uber and Lyft, both rideshare companies. So I'm going to start doing that this weekend. I spent the week basically cleaning up the car, getting everything ready to go. So if you happen to be in Columbus, you may be picked up by the Frog, and you'll know it because I've decided I'm going to put something in the back seat because I'd like to do a small little, I've seen these in some other things, small little, hey, how's it going? Please don't, whatever. So one of those things, of course, is I really don't want people to smoke in my car. They're not supposed to generally, but I'm just going to do that. So what I figured is I'm going to put something up that says, hey, you found Frog, and it'll be an advertisement for my YouTube channel as well. So we'll have a little bit of that in there. So if you're lucky enough, you may possibly get me as your driver, although the chances are slim. There are quite a number of Uber and Lyft drivers. And I may actually, based on that, drive more for Lyft than Uber because there are more Uber drivers in Columbus, I think, than Lyft drivers. But either way, I'm going to do that ride-sharing thing, try and get a little extra scratch, see how much we can pull in for the times that we can work, and modify that accordingly. Let's see, what else is going on in the old person life? I have given a lot of thought to the second channel, and I think that, I believe it was Guano Lad's suggestion, or it might have been Nighty. I've talked to both of them about this a little bit through comments. I think I'm going to do a video a week, maybe two, because you know how I am. But no more than that on the new channel of these topics. So I feel like I want to do a weekly vlog. So I'm just going to vlog once a week. And then the other video in that week is going to be, once a month will be the experts. Once a month will be the religion thing. Once a month will be the composers forum, that type of thing. All of that will be like a monthly thing. And then I'll probably have a vlog every week because I just don't want to do a vlog, whatever. Now, it may mean this Friday update goes away. I haven't really thought about that yet. Or it might just turn into, here are the videos, here's what's coming up next. Thanks for watching, and it's a 3-minute video. I don't know. We'll see that and feel it out when it happens. I'm thinking now the Q3 maybe for the launch of the new channel. I don't know. Sooner would be better than not, since I have thoughts about VidCon that I would like to get out there. I don't know. And I'm just going to start recording almost everything I do outside of work because I can't do that in work. It's not allowed. But I'm going to start recording almost everything I do to try and get used to having a camera. Because I've realized that that's what's holding me back. I didn't record as much at VidCon because I was nervous about the camera. Well, that and the kids. That's a different story. That will be talked about at some point. So those are a couple of good life things. My wife and I are handling our other jobs as best we can. They're both very stressful right now for very different reasons. But, we'll do the best we can. This is the moment where I'm going to shill for Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/PurpleFrogPlays, look, I have 800 subscribers and some change. If every one of you could give me $1 a month, then, for you guys, it's $12 for a year, right? For me, it's $9,600 a year. And what can I do with that $9,600 a year? A lot. One, my wife and I are just trying to get out of debt because we both have had a lot of medical issues over the years, and thankfully that seems to be behind us, but it left us with a lot of debt because we didn't want to go into collections, obviously. So we put a lot of things on credit cards, and we're paying that back, and we're being fiscally responsible and all of that business. And, that would help with some of that. Now, what most of that will do is help to make these channels possible. If everyone could offer $5 a month, which would be $60 a year, which is the cost of 4 movies or a movie and a half if you have popcorn and soda during it. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but if you've been to the movies lately and you know it's not that much of an exaggeration, that becomes a whole different thing, right? Because now at $5 a month, we're looking at $48,000 a year, and I could do this full time. Now, that's obviously a pipe dream for me. So what do you get out of it? You'll get more content, a more diversified lineup. You'll be part of the planning process for all of that going forward. And it would allow me to have more merchandise possibilities. It would allow me to actually go out to more cons, so I could go out to VidCon Australia, which I would love to do, and meet some people. I could go out to VidCon Europe and meet some people. All of these things would be possible. It would help me be able to advertise, which would help get more people in, and then, the burdens would shift and all that stuff. Again, this will continue to be free. If you just want to watch this, watch it. You don't have to pay for that. This is not a thing. It's very possible that a week here, somewhere along the way, I'm going to do like a PBS hour thing, that every video for that week will have a little bit of a thing at the beginning of it, just to kind of drive home the fact that I am an artist. Yes, I have a full-time job. It is a successful full-time job, but it's in an industry that can downsize and upsize in a matter of moments, and I'm seeing the writing on the wall, and I'm getting nervous. So just so you know, like I said, it's fine. Everything's fine right now, but I'm getting nervous. That's all I'm going to say about that. So for those of you who do contribute, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, especially those of you who are going at the $10 level. I think that are like, woo, let's play games together. That's really quite humbling, and I appreciate that. So that's my little soapbox about that. If you have the means, head over to patreon.com/PurpleFrogPlays. If you don't want to do a monthly thing, I do have a blue button on YouTube, actually. Most people probably don't notice that, but if you go to my main page on YouTube, which of course is just youtube.com/PurpleFrogPlays, on the right-hand side, there is the blue button, and you click that blue button, and you can just donate a one-off amount. YouTube takes more than Patreon does, but it's not a subscription base. So if you would just want to do a one-off contribution of whatever, you could do that too, and that will be appreciated. I'm going to start merchandising at some point because I think my frog logo is really cool, and a number of people in my real life who've seen it, because I have it on polos. I'm actually wearing a polo shirt with it right now because it used to be the name of my publishing firm was Purple Frog Press. So I have a number of polos with it on it, and I think it looks good. I think it'll look good on a t-shirt. I think there's a number of different ideas that I can think of that tie in the games that I play and all those things. So I'm hoping that will be something we could do in the future, maybe in time for the holidays. I'm not really sure because I'm going to be using a third-party processor for that. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to work on some animations because if I do a successful animation, I can get Crazy Talk 8 for free, so why wouldn't I do that? That's kind of really the big updates for things that I'm going to be looking at. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that the Steadicam Volt will be shipped this month at some point, since it was supposed to be shipped last month, and then there was a design flaw, so they had to change it. And then that will be more apt for me doing like going out videos. And then I have a mount for my bike, so I think I'll start doing that too. So these are all just things that are coming along as possibilities. And if you're interested in that sort of thing, leave some comments and let me know what you'd like. Let's get into the schedule. We've already 8 minutes in, so we'll wrap this up pretty quickly. Everything's been recorded for the week, other than this, of course, because we're recording it live. All of this is actually uploading right now, which amazes me because nothing has desynced between the two pieces of software, so it's good to know my processor is good enough to handle that. So all this it's done. I feel great about that. It would have been better if it was all uploaded, but honestly, it was done on Tuesday, and I just never bothered to upload it. My bad. So that's done now. GeoGuessr is what it was. Of course, we've slipped the George multiplayer, the Georgian Factorio, into the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday noon slot. And then I've gone Lothian all week, which was new. I did not talk about that last week. I made this decision on the fly because I couldn't think of something else that I really, really wanted to play. I kind of want to play Motorsport Manager, but not enough that I really wanted to throw into a new game now. And then I said, you know what? I like the fact that I do a series at a time. Now, granted, I still want to play Afterbirth. Will that slip into the 9 o'clock slot and I'll do an extra video? Trying to avoid that, as you can see this week. It might, but I'm trying to avoid that for right now because I really kind of want to stick at 22 videos for a number of reasons. One, because that's my favorite number, but also because I think that given everything I'm trying to do outside of this, that's the smartest play. So they're going to keep doing like this. And I don't want to cut GeoGuessr Factorio because those are the series everybody watches. So this is what I'm going to do for right now. It's GeoGuessr Factorio U4, which reminds me I got to change my schedule on the webpage, but I will do that. And we'll keep going until I'm done with U4. So next week, I'm not done with the U4. I'm still playing. I've recorded through episode 88, which leaves me with 33 years left to go. So it's going to be at least another week, probably a week and a half for Lothian. What happens after that? I'm going to play Victoria 2. So I've really started to think about how much I've wanted to mod. My job has involved more VBA recently, and I've been doing some VBA in Excel for the most part, and I forgot how much I like to program. I've been programming computers since I was 6 to some degree or another. Obviously, when I was 6, it was very simple programming languages. Actually was called BASIC. GW BASIC was my first programming language I ever used. And over the years, I got into the object-oriented model through Pascal and then Delphi. So class-based programming and objects and collections and stuff like that. That's really how I think about programming. It's list-based, is procedure-based is very, very different for me. So I have GW Basic, so basically I have all Basic. But then VBA, Visual Basic, I have experience with that. I actually designed some really, really bad games back in my late teens that will never see the light of day again. That was actually mostly done in Delphi now that I think about it. But I have VB knowledge, which really has pissed me off as I started getting to VBA, because there's a lot of stuff I want to do in VB that's not in VBA, because of course VBA is not a complete interpretation of Visual Basic. Otherwise, those Excel and Word and all that stuff would be huge. But it's been a lot of fun, and so I was like, you know what? The mod programming is not going to be anywhere near as tough as that, based on what I want to change. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to mod Victoria 2. I was thinking about writing a converter because of the whole programming thing between EU4 and Victoria 2, and then I realized as soon as I finished that, they'd have come out with the Victoria 3, and somebody would have already done a converter from EU4 to Victoria 3, so I don't want to deal with that. But I am going to mod my own game, The World State at the end of EU4, into Victoria 2. Now, Victoria 2 is my weakness. Well, actually, probably Hoey 4 is my weakness because I've never played it. But Victoria 2 is my weakness of the what were the big 3 Paradox games of CK2, EU4, and Victoria 2, because for one, Victoria 2 is very different than the other two. It's not as heavy on warfare. There is warfare, but more diplomatic solutions and more technology based is often the way to go. It runs from 1836 to 1936. So I don't know what we do in those 15 years. I guess the world is in stasis during those 15 years. I don't know why. So we are going to just basically transfer what I can and start the world where I am as Great Britain in that particular idiom. And it's going to take a while. And so what I'm going to do is, whenever I'm modding, I'm going to turn on the stream. I'm going to live stream my modding. There's going to be no schedule for this. It's just when I decide that I have time to mod, I'm going to mod. The channel stuff comes first, though, so you can pretty much always expect it'll never be Saturday or early Sunday. It'll always be later Sunday, or probably like a Wednesday and off to Monday, maybe. I don't know, some odd weekday where I'm going to be just modding, and I will stream that. Now, if people want to see videos of how to do modding, like if this takes off and people are interested in the modding of Victoria 2, then of course I'll do videos for that and have a different series. But in the interim, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Victoria 2 as just a random nation. I don't know what. My friend Bear, who sent in the GeoGuessr challenge for Monday this week, he's been in the Paradox longer than I have, and he's played a lot of Victoria 2, and it's his favorite game, I think, he said. So he's going to show me how to play Victoria 2, and I'm even be able to talk him to doing a multiplayer thing, and we'll do a multiplayer series or something. But we're going to play Victoria 2. And it's not going to be a long campaign. It's not going to be the whole game. It's just going to be basically to tide me over while I'm modding the Lothian campaign into Victoria 2. Am I going to then go into Hoey 4 with it? I don't think so. But I didn't think I was going to do Victoria 2 either, so I'm not going to say no. But I just don't think so. As you can see, I've already uploaded to Factorio for next week, so that's already done, aside from the 2 Factorio version 15 episodes that I will record at some point over the weekend. And I have all of GeoGuessr to do, but I've recorded quite a bit because I'm trying to get ahead. Always pushing forward, so that way, if I have to miss a day of recording, it's not a catastrophe. To that end, we've already recorded those episodes of the multiplayer for George, and that one too. We're actually into August with the multiplayer of Factorio, because we're having so much fun. And also because we can't record this week, so I may live stream tonight, Sunday night, but I think that's when Bear's going to start playing. So that's kind of what's going on. That's what we have here. You saw what we're going to do in the future. It's more of the same. We're going to play Lothian until we're done, which is, like I said, probably at least another 2 weeks, if not 3. And then we'll switch over to Victoria 2 and go from there. Factorio is going to keep playing as long as I'm having fun in version 15, which I am, and as long as George and I are having fun, which we are. And then GeoGuessr will continue along the same schedule. That's it. It's about a 15-minute today. Hopefully that's okay with you guys. If you really want to help the channel and can't afford to go to Patreon, I understand understand completely, but you're sharing videos, sharing the channel link, and posting on Facebook and all this other stuff really will help to grow the channel and create what I'm trying to create here with everybody. Of course, there's a Discord as well. Go ahead and hang over on there. We just created a new Victoria 2 channel to talk about the stuff that's going on with that, and all these other things. Just head on out there. Let's have a nice time and have a great conversation and a lot of fun. That's all I have for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Go ahead and click the like button if you want on this video, but go ahead and click the like buttons on all the other videos where it's probably more important. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed, what's going on? Click the bell. You'll get a notification every time a video goes live. Although I keep to a strict schedule. You know 6, noon, and 6, you're getting a new video, so you can live by that. But to share those around. If you haven't clicked the bell for some of your other streamers and videos, you should do that because the YouTube notification system went strange. So if you haven't clicked the bell, you're not going to guarantee to get everything that comes through. So that's all I have. Have a good day, everybody. I hope it is a great and glorious one for you. And until next time, cheers.